Like, she's become the fan favorite. I've always said at the beginning, though, people were attacking me for it. They're like, why are you sticking up for her? She's fucking lying. I'm like, guys, I'm telling you right now, this is going to backfire on all of them because no one likes a gang up.
No.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Don't Let It Stu. I am recording, I was going to say live from New York. I'm not really live. It's not fucking SNL, Stu.
Like SNL.
I know, right? I'm here with Jami Rice, who's a true crime and reality TV commentator, and she's the host of Murderish, the podcast as well. What does that mean, Murderish? Like, so sometimes murder, sometimes not?
Well, I mean, maybe, but like, it depends on how pissed off I get. No, it's basically like, you're not a murderer, you're just murder-ish. Like, you're into true crime, but you're not a murderer. So you're just murder-ish.
Oh, you're talking about you.
Yes, me. And anybody who listens to the podcast is pretty murderish as well, I would assume. But we're not murderers. We're just murder-ish. We like true crime content.
It's so big. How long have you been doing that podcast?
It's going on 8 years, so it's been a while.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm fabulous. Like, doing I think I'm a year and like 4 months in or something like that.
You're a fabulous chef. Funny. I mean, you're doing your thing.
I think I feel like I'm getting kind of warped into this whole like, what's a podcaster? I'm like, oh God, I don't see myself that way. I'm the worst podcaster ever because like I never ask for numbers. Like, I literally don't. Like, I never said to Pat, I'm like, hey, Pat, can I see the numbers? I'm like, no, because if I look at the numbers, then I'm going to fixate on it and then I'm not going to enjoy it.
Same. I don't look at reviews. I don't look at, every now and then I'm forced to look at analytics for monetization reasons.
Sure,
but I don't want to. I want to just live in ignorant bliss. I just want to create and have my network just tell me, you're doing great, Jami. Everything's good.
And that's what I got. Like, we did a little review of me a few weeks ago. They were like, great, you're in the top 3 or 4 of the network. I'm like, great, that's all I need to hear.
Amazing.
Just keep going.
Yeah, so then you don't need to look at your numbers. You're doing great, Stu.
You don't, right? Yeah. I just saw on your podcast, you recently did an episode of the Biggest Loser, the documentary.
Yes.
Do you know I used to be best friends with Jillian back in the day?
Stop, I did not know that. That's some tea.
She brought me out to the ranch once with her. I think it was like season 3 or 4, something like that, when she was with Bob, and just those two were so competitive.
Okay, I'm shocked that Jillian had friends.
She was a different girl back then. She was fun. This was after Jackie, and like she'd other girlfriends and stuff like that. But like, she was like a fun time. We would go out all the time, have fun, go to lots of dinners. She would have me on a radio show sometimes in KFI 640. Like, she loved Hillary Clinton. Like, she was just,
my jaw is on the floor that she loved Hillary Clinton. But also, you said you guys used to be best friends. Did something happen?
Yeah, like her manager, Jason Pinion, kind of put her on The Biggest Loser and did all her her books and endorsement deals, the website and all that kind of stuff. And then she changed agency, and it kind of was went a bit sour after that. And because I was really good friends with Jason, it's kind of like, where do I go in the divorce? So I obviously chose Jason because I was closer to Jason and I knew him first and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's that's some tea. Thanks for sharing.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was fascinated by that documentary because I lived through the time when like Biggest Loser was like the biggest thing out there. And at the time I watched it so passively, and I truly thought that like what they were doing for these people was like going to better their lives, and like so ignorant. But now it's like I see it and I'm more progressed. I think my frontal lobe is like a little more, I'm 47, so it's like fully formed now. It's like I watch it and I'm like, it's so damn problematic. Like, it's so toxic.
It was at the time. I remember just like hanging out with her and we'd talk about it, and she'd be like, I got to win this week. I got to like that. It was just so, I mean, they were doing the workouts. I mean, I wasn't there for the workouts and stuff. I went out on a Sunday one day when it was more of like a day off.
Yeah.
And I kind of would show them like how to make brown rice. And I was showing them little simple things. Jillian was like, brought me out there. She's like, look, you might meet people. It was a non-filming day. And it was fun to meet them all. I think we went to the movies on a Saturday or something. And of course, I'm stuffing popcorn and they can't eat any of that shit. Like, I'm just like the worst, right?
Such a dick for doing that in front of these people.
I was such a fat bitch. I was. It's unbelievable. Just a fatso over here.
In the popcorn and donuts, totally. And they're like, oh my God.
I remember that because they got like kind of like a day off where she could bring them to the Grove, and they all saw a movie one day and stuff like that. And it was kind of like okay, you're out in the world, like this is like a hard thing for you guys. So you have to eat healthy, and like this is what you're going to choose, and all. I mean, I think they just had like water. Like I think
Oh
that
my
was
God,
it.
water and lettuce with maybe a little bit of salt. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I just saw that was just funny. It was kind of a throwback.
Interesting.
All right, there's lots to get into. Oh my God. Before me and Jamie got on here, I just was like, I think this is going to be like the most like angry podcast that I do.
Well, you're
Right?
having some tech issues, and I'm angry for a
Yeah.
different reason. I'm pissed off at these fucking housewives. Like I am revved up right now, and I've had 2 cups of coffee. So,
It's just, I just got off a fucking red eye a few hours ago.
oh, you did, yeah.
Yeah, I did. And so I actually slept on that plane. One quick
Good.
question. Okay, there's always an airline story. So I fly Delta and stuff. I got upgraded to Premium Select, which is one behind Delta One, which
Nice.
is like a business class seat. It's really nice for me. It's lovely. And you get like a menu. Now the flight was delayed about an hour and a half, so we didn't take off till probably 11:30 last night, 11:20. And do you think if I drifted off to sleep, and I feel like a lot of people did, that they should tap me on the shoulder when they're coming around with food? Because it's like a trick.
Absolutely.
They
Yes.
should have, right?
I
And they
want
never
them
did.
to. I don't know if everybody's different, but I would rather be woken up from my slumber to get some of that food, maybe a drink, like
Yeah.
whatever. I don't want to miss it because then it's like hard to get. You know what I mean? After that,
Well, you just don't get it.
you don't
Like,
get it.
and so
Yeah.
I did fall asleep. Maybe he saw I was whatever. But I mean, I never pass up a meal. I mean, I just love a meal, and I love like a
Obviously.
Delta menu, and I just love to go through it and taste it and all that kind of stuff. Right? That's just my little thing, right? And I was kind of like, I think I woke up. I didn't even fucking know if they served the food or not because I didn't smell anything. I mean, this big nose, like that smells it. I'm telling you, like, no, it really does. So I just was like, oh, I said, I guess I missed the meal. I kind of woke up, whatever. I missed the meal. I was like, then I was fucking parched. And then there's no one for a glass of water. And it's
That's
not
the
like
worst.
I'm not in like main basic cabin or anything like that, which still you should get water. Doesn't matter. Like,
Absolutely.
I love Delta. Like, I'm the biggest fan of Delta and
Me
stuff. But it
too.
was just like
That's
a
all I
miss.
fly. I
Yeah.
only fly Delta if at all possible. I love Delta. But no, and I'm also like, I get like water anxiety. Like I've had a kidney stone or 2 and it's
Yeah.
fucking death. And I will never be, I cannot be parched. I cannot be
Yeah.
hydrated because a kidney stone scares the shit out of me. So I have to have water. So it's always like, I go on a flight with water and then I take all the waters they give me. So I would be all like weirded out if I didn't get like water on the flight.
I love the way I always see it at the lounge as well when I get in there. Like, people bring their, like, their Stanley cups or the big ones, the small ones. But I'm just like, that's such an awesome idea. They fill up at the lounge, they bring it. Obviously you go into the airport with it empty and then you get through security and then you can do whatever. It's but it's so fucking bulky.
It's
I
so,
don't want to drag
no.
that thing around.
It's heavy. Like if you drop it, you're going to break your toe. Like the thing is so bulky. It doesn't fit in my
It's so
purse. Like it's too much.
And then like you drop it so many times, like it starts to look really fucking dingy.
Yeah,
And you're
no,
just like,
it does. I
yeah,
have
it
a
does.
thing against Stanley cups, by the way. Like that, I live in a town that is very like basic, and every
Yeah.
girly here in the carpool line, every mom has
all
a
have them.
Stanley. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm never fucking buying a
They've
Stanley.
ruined it for you.
And they
Yeah.
ruined it for me. I'm like, I cannot have a Stanley.
Okay. Orange County.
Oh,
Just like, we'll just do a brief, like, just give me a brief of just like, in a paragraph, like how you're feeling about it so far.
super angry. And that's partly my problem because I'm somebody who gets big feelings when I watch these shows. Like anytime from the time I was like a teenager, I'm somebody who truly like gets pissed off at injustice, and I get pissed off when people are assholes. Like I hate assholes, and I just want to call them out. So I would say, like, in a few words, I mean, I'm so triggered by
Yeah.
these women and the way that they're treating Katie. And I'm not saying that Katie is perfect. I'm also the type of person who says nobody is perfect in my eyes, but I have always liked Katie. I like her
Yeah.
personally. I like her on the show for many reasons, but I would be an advocate for any woman that's getting this severe of a pile-on by these fucking privileged Karens, mean girls. And
That's
it's
what
too
they've
much.
become now.
They've become, and it makes me not want to watch, yet here I am. But it
You have to
literally,
see it
like,
through.
yeah, it's like, Stu, when I go to bed at night, like my favorite thing is like my skincare's done. Nobody's like,
Yeah.
my kids aren't like, hey, I'm hungry, mom, homework's done. I turn on the Housewives as like an escape. But OC is like, it gives me
No.
anxiety and
You
stress.
have rage going to bed.
Yes,
And
I'm
then
pissed
like,
off.
it's like the same idea as like when you watch TikTok for 2 hours in bed and you try to go to sleep and you just can't. It's like, it's watching OC is like that. Anyway, I totally agree with you. We'll get into it. So last night's episode, and there's a lot, you know, Katie's been doing the PR and stuff. There's a lot that's come out, and I want to talk about that too. There's just so much, which is great.
Yeah.
It starts off with Gretchen and Emily in the doctor's office. We're getting testosterone implants. Maybe that's why Emily's shouting at people. Maybe she's getting too much. She's raging.
Yeah,
testosterone rage.
Testosterone, bitch. Like it's a lot.
And then, you know, and she's like, oh, Gretchen's like, give me some of that ass. I'm just like, wait, we just went from this most insane episode last week, and now we're here just getting shots in her ass. I'm like, I'm already angry at the beginning of the show.
Yes. And meanwhile, Katie's at home crying in a deep depression because you all have iced her out so badly. Like you literally screamed at her in your house and nobody stuck up for her. And then you kicked her the fuck out. You kicked her out of your house. And then you guys just go on with your lives, skipping in the sand and the beach. Oh, no. And then it's like in passing, they're like, oh, Gina's like in her weird voice, you know, accent or whatever it is. She's like, oh, yeah, she wasn't invited. And just like no big deal. Like, yeah, Katie was.
She'll be the first to go.
Dude, why is Gina even on that show? No, I will die on that hill. Why are you watching?
This is what I love. Giorgio says. Giorgio's like, get her off my screen.
Dude, totally. Like that is exactly. I said that the other day in a TikTok video about. Yeah. Oh, I think I said it about Julia on Miami because I'm having some feels about her. I was like, get Julia off my screen, and that shit went viral because I literally people agree. Like
they do.
These women are so mean and problematic. But yeah, get Gina off my screen, girl. You cannot figure out your hair, your wardrobe, your finances. I cannot.
And she has the audacity to go after Katie about like Asian brands and Korean brands and stuff like that. I'm like, girl, like you're fucking at Target and JCPenney. There's nothing wrong with Target.
No,
but don't go after people.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You cannot bring up fashion when you're Gina. You cannot you cannot attack anybody's fashion when you're Gina. But on OC.
I think that I always find this when people react like that, there's some truth to it.
Absolutely.
Because if you weren't like that, that should just go over your head. Yes. It shouldn't matter.
Agree.
You know what I mean? It's when you react to things like that, it's like, oh, fuck, mate. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, fuck, I did kind of come out. You know, it's the same way, you know, with Jen and Gretchen doing that video that kind of had a bit of like an Asian thing to it, like the karate thing. And like, you know, and Katie did get an apology from Gretchen, and it was more kind of a ChatGPT apology. And I don't think she responded for
warm regards.
Yeah. And I was like, because I remember running into Gretchen at Zach Peters' show. We were chatting outside and stuff. And I was just like, wow, about that video. And she's like, no, I apologize. And she brought it up and she showed me on her phone. I didn't read it. Like I had a few drinks in me. I was about to go into Zach's show, you know, and I was just like, oh, okay. I was like, well, that's good. I said, I'm glad you apologized and stuff like that. And then Katie saying on the podcast, it was a ChatGPT. And I was like, you know what? When I go back there and actually look at it, it was kind of like paragraphed and then warm regards or whatever. And it's like, no, take out the warm regards, girl.
You just told on yourself with the warm regards.
Not the warm.
That is not.
Take out those dashes.
Yeah. Oh, the M dashes. Like, hello. That's like the first sign, you know, that's chat.
Oh my God.
And the thing is, nobody is perfect. Like literally not even the Pope, the this, the that, like nobody is perfect. So, and I'm always willing to go, okay, this person made a mistake, but it's how you move forward from that and how you take responsibility, how you apologize for it, and how you learn from
resolution, move on. Like,
and not do it again. But if you just continue to stay in asshole mode, you're an asshole. Like you're a dick, and you deserve all the fiery, you know, TikToks that I put out there again about you. And what I'm just sorry. Like I cannot, you know, I'm an energy matcher. It's like if your energy just stays asshole, you're showing you're an asshole.
And like and then always somebody tries to kind of like cut through it. Like, okay, even Katie did like, hey, I did fuck up. I've made rookie mistakes. I'm sorry. Shannon, sorry for recording you. But she used to keep going on and on with that.
Yes.
It's like, no, now it's fucking on you.
Yes. Agree. Like, and that's the problem is that nobody's perfect, including Katie, but Katie in my eyes is being held to a different standard than all of these Karens who forgive themselves for all this big shit that they do to each other. But Katie is going to get iced out for doing some stupid shit. Like, it's
Do you know,
too much.
do you know what my friend said yesterday? And I kind of like turned, he was in my car. Like, I'm not going to say who it is, but I'm with him pretty much. We do videos together. And, you know, he's on it too, and he loves Tamra and stuff like that. Like, he's like a Tamra person or whatever. I'm like, great. She's great. And so I was listening to some of Katie's interview. I think it was the Vial Files. Yeah, Vial Files and stuff like that. And, you know, he turned to me and he's like, you know what? He's like, this is such shit. He's like all these women do this. He's like, I bet you none of this would happen. I said, what did he say? He said, I tried to say, he's like, this shit wouldn't be happening if she wasn't Asian. And I was just like, and I looked at them and I'm like, I said, it is pretty unbelievable. And I said, and I hate to say that or kind of look at that, but it's like, dude, the stuff she's doing is so like, or like, you know, in inverted commas, whatever, but parentheses, like, it's so minuscule.
It's so minor.
And dumb.
Yes.
And minor.
To be kicked out of a house and iced out of all these group, you know, activities, and to say, I won't even film with her. Are you serious?
Like she's just like pretty girl that's like soft spoken, and it's like she's not going around screaming, not yet anyway. She needs to do that in a reunion.
I hope she does at the reunion. Yeah,
she will. I'll make sure she does. I'm going to send her DMs.
I've been revving her up too. I'm like, Katie, this is what I'm going to deliver some lines to you. I want you to just like go at these women.
I'm going to ask her. I'm going to like ask her, can I go down to the OC and we'll do kind of like a simulation or like what is it called? Not a simulation, like
yeah, like we could all sit on the couch and all play camera. You play somebody.
Role playing.
Yes.
Yeah, we're role playing.
Oh, I would.
That's not louder. Shout louder at me.
Thank you.
Throw something.
Drop an F-bomb. Go after her fucking outfits. They're terrible. Go after Emily's pleather pants.
Yeah.
Emily wore pleather pants to an alligator.
Print out the paparazzi text messages. Yes. Print out fucking, you know, your husband's screenshots from his phone, whatever.
Yes.
You know.
There's so much
I want
evidence.
it all.
I love it all. So and Katie is very level-headed. She is highly intelligent. And I think she's got it in her, that fire in her. But it makes sense to me that given her traumatic past, you know, and she even said on a most recent
people pleaser,
that she finds that it brings less trouble her way. These are not her words, these are mine. But it basically brings less trouble for her and stress if she just doesn't fight back.
That's
and I understand.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be the same way, you know, like in a past relationship I was in, and there was just so much conflict, and there was just fighting and shit like that. And I just was like, and I would always just bow down to it. And I'm just like, I'm not doing the battle. And I'm like Irish. I'm strong, and I will call your shit out in a second. I really will. But, you know, if I love someone and stuff like that, I'm just like, you know, I'm just going to keep the peace. It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, sure, fine. I said it. Like, I don't care. Like, I just want to move on.
Yeah, right.
Until it comes to a point where you're like, you know what? Then you learn the tools, and then you learn the things, and you're like, actually, I didn't fucking do that. Yeah. And I'm not taking accountability for something that you're thinking that I did when you know damn fucking well I didn't.
Well, you make a really good point, and I think that we're going to see Katie do that, because I think a human being can only take so much, and the pile onto her is like something I've never seen. Like, I can't recall a time that it was this bad on Housewives. Maybe I'm forgetting, but and we're not the only ones. I read the comments. Everybody is so angry watching this show. Literally everybody. Nobody likes it. And these women have another thing coming when they go to BravoCon, and on the reunion, BravoCon, their asses are gonna get booed. I guarantee.
Do you know what's going to happen? I'm going to go this year. I'm definitely going this year. But I bet you, when Katie walks out on that stage, they're going to cheer for her. Roars. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's the thing is, like, I'm willing to believe that anybody can fall from grace, and I hope that that doesn't happen with Katie. I truly think that she is a decent person in this world. I think she's cool. I think she's fun. I think there's so many more interesting aspects to her life.
For sure, yeah, and we're not seeing it.
Yeah, that we need to get into. But absolutely, this is her moment, and she better take it. And I think at BravoCon, people are going to be like standing ovation. And
like, she's become the fan favorite. I've always said at the beginning, though, people were attacking me for it. They're like, why are you sticking up for her? She's fucking lying. I'm like, guys, I'm telling you right now, this is going to backfire on all of them, because no one likes a gang up. No one. If you want to take a girl down on Housewives, you grab 2 or 3 girls and you go out one. You don't grab 5 or 6.
No,
You just
agreed.
don't.
Agreed. And I also have liked Katie from the beginning.
Yeah.
And again, nobody's perfect, but Katie is just apologizing. She's on like an apology tour, and it's never going to be good enough for these women. And that feeling sucks.
It does.
To feel like you're just not good enough. And like to circle back to your comment earlier or your friend's comment, it's like, I can't help but see with my own eyes that there's a bunch of white women over here acting like assholes and icing out the only Asian woman on that couch.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look good. And the reason I say that is like, I'm somebody who looks at evidence, right? And it's like, we're seeing it happen, I think, on Miami. We've seen it happen on other seasons where they ice out the people of color, and it's a problem. And I don't care.
Yeah.
People can come in my comments and say, not everything's about race, but you know what? Sometimes it is.
Sometimes it is, unfortunately, because
Yes.
we don't want, here's the thing, because we don't want to believe it is, because it's in 2025 and ignorance is bliss, and it's like, stop making everything about that. And we're like, guys, it's not, but look at what you're seeing in front of you. It is kind of fucking weird.
It is.
It's
if
weird.
You isolate that, let's like just talk about the things that Katie's guilty of. It's like, I can name a million housewives who are guilty of far worse, and they get a pass.
Here's the thing, and I always say this as well, Jami, like, she's literally doing the job of a housewife.
That's it.
She's doing it perfectly. I don't give a shit what people say. They all gossip. They all record each other. They all talk behind each other's back. They go researching each other in their past lives to see if they can bring up shit. They've all done it.
Yes.
She's playing the role of it. And, like, you know, maybe you can say, like, oh, she went in too hard, or maybe she even said, like, maybe I came in too hot with the whole Heather thing and the paparazzi thing. It's like, no, you didn't.
Really. Not really.
You didn't. You had to make a stand somewhere.
It's like, that's soft shade. Like, that's just like gossip. We all gossip. We all talk shit. We're like, oh yeah, that girl called the paparazzi. Heather will never get over it because somebody like Heather has to be pristine and perfect. And Katie's absolutely right. She said it in an interview. She embarrassed Heather, and she will never be forgiven for embarrassing somebody like Heather, who wants
and even though she apologized as well for it. Because they did a restart in season 1. They were like, I'm sorry, let's go move forward. Like, but she didn't, because, you know, we kind of find out she was sending all those stuff around about her past and her ex-husband, and, you know, and living in a shelter and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's gross. And I don't care what Heather says on Watch What Happens Live. She absolutely did more than just, oh, I just passed around articles. No, bitch, you are the orchestrator of the takedown of Katie, because you cannot have some rookie come on this show and embarrass you and expose you for the cringy behavior. Now, guess what? I would have been over the paparazzi thing, and we would not even
in a minute.
If you would just admit it and be like, yeah, my PR person called the paparazzi. Okay,
Great.
So what? Cool.
I think that's fucking awesome. I would do the same thing.
We're all thirsty to get our name out there, because it's part of our career. I have to try to raise my profile so I can get more followers and make more money. And you do too.
Wasn't that the time that when Terry was being accused of like doing something, or like infidelity or whatever? I don't know, affairs or whatever it is. Yeah. So yes, great idea to clean that shit up. Hey, we're more madly in love than ever at Disneyland. Right. Doesn't matter.
We all know we're not stupid at this point. Like, we all know. And it's like, it's really not that big of a deal. And it was so hypocritical.
Not at all.
I remember at the last reunion, Heather was getting called out by one of the viewers who wrote in to Andy, and he had his little card. And he's like, oh, and Heather, you talked about that dress that Jen got, something about the dress that she couldn't afford, and talking
at Nordstrom's or whatever. She saw the price.
Yeah, and Heather brushed it off. She's like, that's just gossip. We all gossip. Okay, well, that's exactly what Katie was doing with the pop. She's just gossiping. Forgive her.
It's just gossiping, because she knows photographers in the business and what she does and so forth. Yeah.
Yes. And Emily, I think that she also got embarrassed, you know, that her kids, and here's the thing. I talk shit to my husband. Anybody's a bitch to me, I'm going home and talking shit with my husband about that person. I'm going to say, this person was a bitch. I don't like her. And then if my kids happen to hear, which I'm sure has happened before, and kids repeat things, I'm owning it. I'm like, yeah, I might have been talking shit. You did body shame me, Heather Dubrow. Like, like it just, why can't Emily just admit that it is very possible that her kids,
again, not a big deal.
Not a big deal. Nobody cares.
All do it. They're all going home to their husbands. I mean, look, you even see scenes like on the sofa with Katie and her husband. Like they're chatting about it. Like they're literally like everybody does it, right?
We're human.
And I think did you notice in the lie detector episode as well, like that Bravo did a quick glance. So Emily's chatting. They're, I guess, talking whatever smack or shit or whatever, or talking you know, talking about Katie or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was, but the cameraman panned to the hallway and it was Emily's kid.
Oh,
And that
yes, her
was kind of
daughter.
a throwback. Yes, it was
Yes.
a throwback
Yes, yes.
to be
I
like,
did
hey,
clock that.
it's kind
Yes.
of hypocritical or whatever, you know. It happens.
It
No big deal.
happens. That is life. My house isn't that big. It's like my daughter overhears things all the time. Like, it just,
I remember as a kid, my mom and dad would be talking about like customers that came into the store and she did this and she did that. It's just like, you know, we all heard it. Like,
because
yeah.
of course. I mean, so it just, that's what like you and I and are expressing our frustration because it's like, this is so normal. These are things that you should be able to move past. But why is it that with this Asian woman, you just can't get past it? But you're able to forgive somebody like Tamra. I'm sorry. I've always loved Tamra on the show. It's
Yeah.
just the past few seasons that she really gets me activated.
Last
And
season was a lot for
it
me.
was a
Like there
lot.
was, I felt bad for Shannon last
I
season with
did
the
too.
drinking thing and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have issues with
But
Shannon
I'm
too.
kind of
But it's
liking her
like,
this season now. She's
yeah.
kind of coming back and I kind of like Tamara this season. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of like, you know, Tamra goes up and down for me. I think that she is a damn good housewife. I just think that she's producing too much and and she's very mean and nasty and it's overboard. And like I said earlier, like I'm an energy matcher. If you're an asshole to me, you're going to get an asshole behavior from me
Exactly.
right back. But
Yeah.
hers seems to come like out of nowhere and for no reason. Like she's just so mean and nasty to Shannon last season and then Jen last season and then Jen some
Yeah.
more. It's like, so I just think there's something going on in Tamra's life that I don't think she's happy. I think she's absolutely miserable and maybe misery loves company but I miss the old Tamra because she really was good TV. But
Yeah.
she's
Oh, so
really,
good.
but I
So
am
good.
happy to hear that all the issues I have with Tamra as of late, I'm happy to hear that Katie has her in her corner, at least for now,
Yeah.
because she needs
So am I.
somebody. Like she
Yeah,
needs
for
somebody.
sure.
So I'm happy to hear that.
Then just to go back to the show for a second, and then we kind of open up with like Katie then and Jen, and they're sitting down, and Katie brings like, hey, the lie detector test was paid actors. There's all these options. You can do this, that, and the other. And then Jen just fucking refuses to
Yes.
believe anything she said because she's so on Gretchen's ass, and you know probably doesn't know what's coming her way. And you know this was kind of like Katie's like being like, listen, this was fucked up, this, that, and the other. You know, and then like she says, you know, she said at the table that she went to the hospital and there was stuff found in her system or whatever it was, whatever they're drugged, roofied, whatever the word was used, right? Doesn't matter. And then Jen says, like, that's not what she said. She said she should have went to the hospital. Okay, and hold on a minute.
No.
So now you did hear something at the table.
Yes.
Because she said she didn't hear anything.
That's good. Very good point. Because Jen played like nothing happened. And now all of a sudden
Exactly.
the truth is slowly leaking out. And she's like,
Yeah.
oh, she said, no, she actually said this. So you're admitting she said something
Something.
along those
Yeah.
lines. So now we're getting somewhere, right?
We're
And
70% there.
yes.
Like,
And it's kind of like Gretchen too. Gretchen, her face when she first got confronted with it, I would never. And then we fast forward
to acting.
and she's like, she says in one of her confessionals, she's like, you know, I thought that I had a good friend that I could, you know, reveal very personal information with. Turns out I can't. Well, what was that personal information? Was it that you may have gotten roofied or think you got
Exactly.
roofied? So it's like there, and of course she told on herself in the car. She said in a whispered voice, she goes, well, I wasn't doing well. Yes.
She did it twice. Tamara went on Jeff Lewis, I think last week someone told me, and she said it twice. It was just caught once on camera.
Yes.
And she said it in you can't just say, you know, when Tamara confronts Gretchen at the beach and they're sitting down one-to-one and she's like, you said that. She's like, well, I mean, I didn't say that. And if I did, like, I don't remember.
If I did,
you can't just fucking say that.
No. And also she told on herself because I really, truly think that if you didn't say something, you're going to be like, Tamra, I did not say that. Instead, she goes, well,
There's only one answer.
If I did, she's giving room to say that she did it. And I think that that's somebody who's lying. She's lying her ass off. She didn't fight hard enough to say, I didn't say that. And then to say you misspoke.
The stories they always tell on themselves. When you're lying, you always tell on yourself because you can't keep up with the fucking lies.
This is true.
If you're telling the truth, you don't have to remember anything else.
Yes.
That's it.
Exactly.
There's only one story.
In my opinion, Jen is lying. Gretchen's lying her ass off. Everybody's fucking lying on this show, basically.
And Katie did a tiny bit to protect Gretchen because they were
Yes.
all in on the thing, but
Yes.
only for that reason.
Right.
And which I understand because she's a newbie. She wants friends. She needs friends, and you need friends to stay on that show. It's really important.
Agreed. And she's being told by somebody like Slimy Slade that, you know, you are in basically like you're in big trouble. This is bad. You may have sealed your fate. Slade, go the fuck away. Please go get him off my screen. But I can see somebody like a rookie coming in going, well, if Slade says I've sealed my fate, I better.
Yeah, he knows what's going on. And Gretchen just came back. So like, she's going to be back for a few more seasons. So I need to stay close to her. And I feel like Jen is thinking like that and chose to go that route because I need the paycheck and whatever.
Yes. I think Jen is going to regret her decision if she's not already. And I think she saw the sinking ship with Katie, didn't want to go down with it. But little did she know the viewers are squarely on Katie's side. And
it's like they don't understand. It's like, guys, everything is videotaped. And also, do you not remember all those fucking phone conversations with Matt?
Absolutely.
And all those screenshots?
Yes.
And the text messages between the three guys? Like, are you serious?
He's not gonna 42 phone calls from somebody you barely know, bro. And Matt, I love how Matt is so shady. He's like, "Are you kidding? 43 minutes on the phone, just shooting the shit with somebody like Slade? I don't think so."
Every time he talks, he's about, I created the Housewives. I chose to leave the season. Like, it's insane.
It is, and why can't Gretchen go on Why can't Gretchen go on Heather McDonald's podcast by herself? Why does Slade have to be sitting on the couch next to her?
Totally.
That's because he's the orchestrator of all of this. In my opinion, I think Slade is the one who opened his mouth about Roofie-Gate at that dinner. I think he's the one that cannot stop running his mouth about Tamra and wanting to be back on the show. And I think that he's controlling with Gretchen. And I think that Gretchen somehow allows it or just has fallen into it, whatever's going on in their relationship.
She probably thinks that I don't want to say I feel bad for Gretchen and stuff like that, but like, I feel like she probably listens to him too much and then can't fucking keep up with the conversations that they probably had the night before. Okay, I make sure I need to say this, I need to say that. And instead of actually just being in herself, telling the truth, there's only one option and we'll all get over it.
Yeah.
Like, even if like she had said like, yeah, do you know what? I did say that Maestros one night. I feel like she knew she was coming back on the show then. I don't know. Why did she have this dinner at Mastro's with them all?
Right. Just randomly.
And then bring that out and randomly just like start talking about like Roofie-Gate or whatever it is. And like, and Katie's there and she's a newbie on the show. And like, I think there's more to that.
I do too. There's a reason that those 6 people specifically got together.
They didn't just why would you get together with Gretchen when she's not on the show?
No, it didn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense. She must have known she was going. She was probably in talks in September, even as far back then, because it was announced in January.
Right. I agree.
God,
it's too much. And I think that it's so hard for me because I want to just enjoy the show for what it is. But I also have like gotten to know these housewives on social media. Like I see Gretchen, to me, I don't fuck with her. Like I just, in real life, if we had an opportunity to be friends, I would not want, she's just
she
not
was lovely
like
when I met her and and because I mean, like I was a bit of an asshole. Like I reposted that like kung fu video or whatever it was of them.
No,
and
she put it out there. I mean,
she did. And she was like, hey, and then she DM'd me. She was like, hey, like I'm sorry. Like, it's not what you think. It was more kind of like directed at Tamra and stuff like that. And I'm like, she's like, do you please take it down? Or could you mind taking it down? And I'm like, so I just took it down the next day.
Sure.
I was like, look, it's fine. Whatever. Maybe I'm being a bit of a dick as well by posting it or whatever after you took it down. It's fine, whatever, no big deal. And then there's a few DMs back and forth. I said, I hope you're okay, this and the other, whatever. And then I met her at Zach Peters' show, and she was lovely. And she was there with Slade, and the two of them were lovely, and we're just like simple chats and things like that. And and then this shit happens, and I'm like, fuck.
I know. And here's the thing. I mean, I've experienced this in my own life. People can be super lovely to your face, and they can be very nice to you specifically, but they can be an asshole in general in life. And that is how I feel about a lot of these women. It's like, I'm sure if I met a lot of them in person, they would be lovely and we would probably laugh and find some ways to relate.
Yeah.
But it's like, I see what you do on social media. I see what you do on the show. And it's like, it doesn't compute, but two things can be true at the same time,
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
So then we have that. She brings the evidence. And then there's a lunch then with, Heather, Jen, and Tamra, and it's just kind of like, it kind of drives me crazy, like
Me
the
too.
poking fun at her, and like,
I know.
I'm like, dude, like, she brought the evidence. You know damn fucking well this guy is not legit,
He is
and that woman's not legit.
Oh my God, so whack. I just.
I'm sorry. And like, I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you,
No,
but
go. No, please.
it's, but also like, and I keep seeing this online. Why are we completely avoiding the fact of, let's say, okay, if we're going to say this lie detector test was true and that's it, what about the other lies?
The paparazzi thing that she got. So the lie detector said she was lying. So so now you're a liar, Heather.
Now she's making jokes about it. I'm like, wait, like, didn't you get caught out?
You're a liar. Yeah.
But now, but you're making jokes about it because you know it was full of shit.
Exactly. But it's not full of shit when it says Katie's a liar.
Exactly.
So it's like, you can't have it both ways, Heather Dubrow. You can't
pick and choose. No. It's like, no,
can I just say
throw
something?
the whole thing out.
Can I just say something? And this is mean, but here's my policy on being a mean girl. Like, I don't go after anything that I try not to go after anything that people cannot change. I don't talk about people's looks. I don't body shame. I wouldn't want it done to me.
Sure.
But I'll go after an outfit, and I will go after makeup, and I will go after that's soft shade. The 90s called, and they want their dark eyeshadow back, Heather Dubrow. Wow. I cannot. It's actually bothering me so badly to see a woman on the beach with literally like a smoky eye from the 90s. And I'm like, girl. And Heather's...
Is that a 90s thing?
Oh,
is that what that is?
Such a 90s thing. Like, I did the smoky eye, like, it just, dark, where your eyes just like disappear. And she's still doing it. It's like, listen, you're on a beach. First of all, that's not beach makeup. And I know I'm being so fucking petty right now, but it's Heather Dubrow and she drives me crazy. And I happen to know she's an asshole in real life. Oh, I have a funny Heather Dubrow story.
She's always sweet to me. She's always been nice to me. Like,
can I tell you a funny run-in I had with her? So I went to Countess Luann's show with my best friend. Long story short, there's an intermission. All the women rush the bathroom, right? The line is like 30 people deep, right? And me and my friend are toward the back of the line. Well, then finally we make our way to the front. I'm about to walk into the stall. Here comes Heather Dubrow with two of her friends on her arm, walking Heather all the way to the front of the line. They're like, excuse us. Heather's going to need to go in front of you. And Heather's like, I'll give you an autograph. And I'm like, bitch, nobody wants your autograph. Like, it's worth $0. No. Like, yet she literally was like, I'll give you an autograph. Oh, no, she goes, I'll take a picture with you. And nobody wanted to take her up on this offer, by the way. Everybody just wanted to go to the bathroom.
That's
so
crazy.
She literally cut the whole line, did her business, and then went, and I'm like, who does she think she is? We all have to pee.
It's very similar to the other story that Jeff tells.
That's
like,
it.
I remember the one at the table where she kind of shoots somebody off or something like that or whatever. I remember him like talking about that back in the day. But that's crazy.
I believe it. And it's like, listen, it's first world problems. It's not the end of the world, but it just goes toward more evidence that I've always thought that Heather is such an asshole. And like, here she is cutting the line. She didn't even give a good reason. She's not like, hey, I have IBS or like, Imagine Heather Fancy Pants Dubrow with IBS. Like, that would be amazing.
Oh my God.
But I just was like, okay, girl, like, you're rude.
I know, it's so funny. It's like, to me, the last time I ran into her was with Heather McDonald. We went to this like women's luncheon at the Beverly Hilton. She was there and I went up to her. She beeline for me and she was like, hi. I went big hug and everything. I was like, how are you? And she's like, actually not fucking well. I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry.
Not well.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. I guess she wasn't feeling well that day or something like that. But yeah, she was very honest about it, whatever. But I know.
She drives me crazy. She's
kind of like standing back on the outside this season. She's kind of like, I don't want to get in the middle of it.
I just find her to be, it's just like Stephanie on Miami. I need more than money. What else makes you interesting? Like, are you talented at something? Are you funny? Are you interesting? Are you deep? Like what, like, are you super fashionable? Like what, besides money, what is the reason?
I love when she gets a bit messy. Sometimes she gets a bit messy and you see kind of a fun, kind of like Heather come out, which is great. I loved seeing that.
Yeah. Remember when Heather Dubrow had that hot mic moment last season when Terry said something that she would not have wanted him to say?
Don't admonish me.
That's it. She goes, don't admonish me. She said something like, you can't do that on camera. You can't or something like that. And it was like, that was a glimpse into Heather Dubrow making sure that everything has to appear perfect in her life, which it is not. I don't buy that her
But
and
see, a
Terry
lot
are
of
tearing
people
up the
like the way
bedroom every
she is
night.
like that as well. I think, like, you know, a lot of people watch that show for aspirational purposes. She does fit that kind of, like, maybe
Sure.
she's better in Beverly Hills. I don't know, but where I don't know. She had, like, people don't like it and some people love it. You know, it's like they
I
love to
would
see
like
what
her
she's buying,
better
the
if she
houses
was
and stuff.
authentic. I don't find her to be
Sure.
authentic. I find her to just have a stick up her ass, and she can't, and it needs to be pulled out. I'm sorry. Like
Jesus. No,
I'm not a Heather
say what
fan.
you want.
Sorry. Yeah.
A thing I want to go to, and I don't really want to talk about it that much, but it's kind of like a hypocritical thing again. Do you remember when we go back to season one and like the kids and the nanny and the talking and Emily and this and the other, like, and she was like, you know, it's not about you don't bring up the kids and this and the other, and then you know, Katie was like, well, look, I was angry, and she's like, that doesn't mean whatever, that you shouldn't do that and this and the other. But now the kids are being brought up now every time. She's crying about the kids. Now the kid was on a speakerphone yesterday on the show last night, and
Yes. Okay, Stu, I'm with you. It's very
come on.
hypocritical. And let's not forget, Emily started this shit really, truly by bringing up Katie's traumatic past and her child custody issues on a
Yeah.
reunion, like on a world stage. And that is not the same as Katie saying, oh, yeah, my daughter told me your kid said that Heather's mean. Those two things are not the
Yeah.
same.
The two things, as Gretchen would say, they're not the
Yeah.
same thing.
Tamra.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's super hypocritical, and Emily really doesn't have any ground to stand on with her whole don't bring up the kids. And again, she yells at Katie, and I'm so sick of her yelling at this
It's
woman. Like
testosterone.
it's
Probably.
it's that rice pellet in her ass.
Jesus
And she does have
Christ.
a great ass. Like I've always thought that
Yeah.
Emily
She's a
is
great body.
a beautiful woman, beautiful. Like all
Yeah.
that's not my, but she's just not cool. She's not
The
cool.
hypocrisy thing drives me nuts sometimes. Like, it's just
Yes,
like, oh, I can do it, but you can't.
absolutely. And why is it
What?
always Katie who can't? Like Katie, you can't do anything, but we can do
Yeah.
everything.
It's just, and look, everybody sees through it, thank God, because I was
Yes.
worried there for a minute that they wouldn't.
Yes.
And then we go to Matt and Katie on the couch. Matt goes off. He pulls out the phone. We see all the text messages, we see text messages from Slade. We see the phone calls, the panic, the 911s, all this kind of stuff. My spicy little Asian.
Oh my God. I died. He's so cute.
It's
Okay,
so funny.
I have a
But
pet
yeah,
name for my husband too.
what do you have?
But
I
it's
mean, I have
not
two
as
for my two
exciting.
exes.
Yeah, it's not
Go
as
tell
exciting
me.
as that. My husband is a landscape contractor and he owns his own business. He specializes in synthetic grass, like artificial
Okay.
turf.
Yeah.
And one of his businesses is called Lawn Kings. So I have him in my phone as the Lawn King.
That's
So
kind of hot,
with
though.
two red
Like
hearts.
something with king is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hot, I would
Lawn
say,
King.
to me.
Yeah.
I have my last two exes. One, I have a scam likely. That's a whole story behind that. I had to like hide him in a phone from my other ex because I was best friends with him and all this kind of stuff. And then my other ex, I'd call him.
Say it.
I just, everyone's gonna kill me. No, I just like, just like Fatso, like just like because he's so obsessed with weight.
Okay,
So I just put him in as like Fatso now.
in the
But I
comments,
haven't
people need
spoken
to
to him in a long
guess which
time.
one's fatso and which one's scam
Yeah,
likely.
no, the people. If you know, you know.
Yeah,
All playful fun. All
for
playful
sure,
fun.
for sure.
He'd laugh at it. He'd laugh at it.
Totally. He has a good sense of humor.
He does. I fucking hope so. So, God, whatever. And then Katie says, like, they ask her, like, why do you think Slade's so involved? She's like, I don't know. Maybe he wants to be a housewife.
He's a
He has no
bitch.
job. He has no job. Maybe he needs a job.
Yeah,
I mean, Katie does have the great shade one-liners. She
no,
really
she
does. Like,
does. She does. In an interview, she called Slade. She goes, maybe he's just Gretchen's bitch. I'm like, yes, girl. Yes, that is what we were all thinking,
yeah. Oh my God. And then I guess to tie it up, then we go to the beach to have the picnic. It's kind of boring. And then we have like Gretchen and Tamra sit down to hash it out. But it's like, it is insane to me that we're still fucking talking about the past.
Mm-hmm.
Those two will never move forward. Like Gretchen seems to just be hooked on it. It's like, girl, it's been so long, and you're a husband or your boyfriend's whatever his fucking is. Like, you can't keep using, like, he can't get a job anymore because of deadbeat dad back in the day.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a lot.
It
It's
is
a
a
lot.
lot.
She needs
and
to
they're so
move
religious.
on.
You're meant to be able to forgive and move on. Like,
yes.
you know, it's like,
yeah, another hypocrisy. You know, and I'm sorry, but there is evidence out there that Slade might be allegedly a deadbeat dad. I mean, his ex has been very vocal about it as of late, and I'm sure, you know, before there is a lot of smoke on Slade. So it's not, so Gretchen needs to stop gaslighting us into thinking it's preposterous to think like that her husband's just this victim and this and that. He's not a deadbeat dad or whatever. It's like, no, there's like a lot of smoke that he maybe, possibly, perhaps, allegedly could be a deadbeat dad. I mean, we're not just pulling this out of our ass. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And if you are a deadbeat dad, you deserve all the smoke. And I'm sorry, Gretchen, but you're married to him. You're collateral damage.
Serious question though. Like, what does he do for work?
I would love to know.
This is no shade. This is no shade or anything like that. I'm just really just curious.
He dates housewives and gets on the Housewives show. Like, I think.
Does Gretchen come from money?
I don't know actually what her. I have no clue. I have no clue. You know, actually, I do. My cousin was friends with Gretchen, and my cousin grew up in Santa Clarita, so Gretchen must have like lived in this area at some point.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I know about Gretchen, is that my cousin used to be friendly with her, and that I guess she must have lived in Santa Clarita area for a while. I really don't know. I've never Googled it.
I noticed something because I watched it at the airport last night, and then I watched it again this morning here in New York, because I always need like a recap before I do a podcast, because I just forget everything. But I noticed two occasions. First occasion when Shannon is meeting Gina and Emily at that gift store, the gift shop.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about Katie, and they're talking about the lie detector test, and she thinks that it's fake, and this and the other. And they're kind of like bickering. They're kind of laughing about it. And she's great, like whatever. Shannon's just standing there. She's not entering that conversation. Mm-hmm. She's not engaging in it, because I think Shannon fucking knows damn well the whole thing was a piece of shit.
100%. She's a USC graduate. She's not stupid.
Yeah, she's not stupid, right? Yeah. So that was one time. So I was like, okay, hopefully maybe she's thinking, you know what? Maybe this girl needs a break. Like, hope maybe kid. That's what I saw, right? And I've known Shannon. I've hung out with her and stuff in the past. And then the second time was they're on the beach, and Shannon asks, I believe Jen, saying, "Oh, is Katie here?" And stuff. Like, no, she's not invited or whatever that. And Shannon's face was like, "Oh, okay." Like, it wasn't like, well, she shouldn't be invited, or. It was that moment, if you look at her face now, if you rewind it back, she's like, and Shannon initially thought this too, I think at the Zen retreat.
Sure.
What I'm seeing right now is one girl being ganged up on.
Yes.
And I think she's kind of over the recording thing now at that point.
Right.
I think she was kind of like, okay, fine. Like, I can't keep riding her coattail or shit on this. And I think she sees it.
Yeah, I think
she's like, this is not a good look.
No,
and that's
I
why she
think
doesn't want to be involved.
Shannon can relate, because Shannon's been iced out, and she's been kicked out of Heather Dubrow's house, and that didn't feel very good to her.
No.
So I do think that Shannon, you know, she is a decent person. I do believe that. I think Shannon's kind of a mess right now, but she's a decent person. She's super annoying sometimes, but she's also super freaking funny sometimes.
Yeah.
But I do think she's like a decent human being. And I do think that she doesn't like.
She empathizes.
I think she has empathy.
Yeah.
That is the key ingredient for her to have some feels about what's going on with Katie. Even though she's pissed off at Katie, even she can go, you know what, this feels icky. And so I do think that there's a possibility that Shannon and Katie could come together, especially now. I think
so.
Yeah, and especially now that Shannon kind of feels left out of the whole making up with Tamra thing. Because now, like, all these other women, Jen and Gretchen, are getting in better with Tamra, which we know is not going to last. But now Shannon's feeling some sort of way about that. Like, well, I guess I'm the asshole now. So
she's kind of like dangling on the outside a bit now. Shannon is in a way.
Yeah. So I could see maybe her and Katie coming back together, because they were really cute in the beginning of the season. Again, it's kind of funny as a viewer to see this random group of women, because truly, like, in real life, what would somebody like Shannon and Katie like ever have in common, or like a Shannon and a Gina? Nothing. Like, I really don't see them ever being like friends in like real life. It's kind of strange.
I could see Shannon just liking somebody kind of maybe younger than her, kind of like bring her out and show her around, and like I feel like Katie and Shannon were kind of getting along and stuff. They were in the car and stuff. They went like, I thought that was kind of nice. And yeah, I don't know. I think like that relationship is definitely salvageable.
I think it's salvageable too.
Yeah.
I just had a random thought because I'm like squirrel. I have to ask you while it's still in my brain. Since you and I are mostly like, we're team Katie, right? So if I were to pick a side, I'm obviously team Katie at this point. Yeah. But I will admit I had my doubts about whether or not she told Kiki this information. And my feelings about that have evolved. And now but I'm not saying I wouldn't forgive her for that. It's like, listen, if you went and told
gossip.
Big gossip, big fucking deal. Like we all go out and make connections with people. So I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But then I was like, oh, she's so adamant that she didn't do it. But I think she probably did. Now I'm hearing rumors that perhaps maybe it was Sheena who told Kiki. And I don't know. Like, where are you standing on this right now?
I've always it's the way people deliver something. And I watch them. And it's like, and I feel like when Katie delivers stuff, it's just a straight shot. And there's no like left or right turning or thinking, I don't know. It's like, I definitely did not do that and I will die in that hill.
Yes.
Like, it's like, you need to know that 100% that is what happened.
Yes.
And with that conviction, instead of being like, I didn't do it or whatever. She even said on Nick Vial's podcast, he was like, what hill would you die on? And she's like, I will die in that hill.
And she
that
didn't
I did not tell Kiki.
That. She couldn't.
No, she didn't.
If she's lying, for me, if I was lying about that, that's the last thing I would choose because I don't want to bring any attention to my lie, right? So I would have said I was going to die on something totally different. So I found that interesting. And so where I'm at now is I'm willing to believe like that Katie may have not fed Kiki this information.
No. And here's what I think happened. And the way I feel like the conversation was brought up, but it wasn't brought up by Katie.
Agree.
I think Katie obviously knew the conversation. She knew what happened. Kiki also knew what happened. Because I'm sorry, at the end of the day, 6 people knew at that table. And if you're telling me that secret or whatever stayed at that table,
right?
And even Katie even said like on a podcast, she's like, it wasn't like, Volt. Like, she said, because they wanted it out.
Yes, and we know that Kiki, prior to all this, is very friendly with Gretchen and Sheena. Yeah. So it's very possible that one of the 5 other people, probably one of the women, so probably, Gretchen could have told Kiki, is my point. Gretchen could have been the source of Kiki getting that information.
Or Gretchen told Sheena, Sheena told Kiki.
That's it.
Then Kiki told Dave Quinn or whatever it is. Yeah,
Katie's not the only option here for the person that told Kiki this information.
That's the thing. That's the thing as well. It's like there were 6 people at that table. There's 6 people it could possibly be, in my opinion.
Agree.
It's like, no.
Agree. And I could totally see a scenario where Gretchen is the one, or Slade's the one, or Sheena's the one, or I truly, and if it was Katie and she's just lying about it, I would just want to know, well, what's the motive for her to stand so hard 10 toes down? The way that she delivers her answer is very convincing.
Yeah.
It's very
convincing.
Because in the opposite tone, so let's pit Katie and Gretchen against each other. So Katie is
no contest.
That's right. Katie is level-headed. She looks you in the eye. She delivers it and says, that did not happen. Gretchen goes, oh my, I could never. The water works. And then.
With no water.
Yeah, exactly. With no water. And then her second option is when Tamra confronted her at the beach, she's kind of wavering and she's like, I don't remember saying that. It's not like I didn't say that. I don't remember saying that. But if I did, I misspoke. So
that means you did.
You did.
You know you did. You just want to soften it.
That's it.
There's no softening it.
No. There's no misspeaking about whether you went to the hospital and got roofied. Like, you either did or didn't.
And also, like, you could feel the pain through the scream when Katie was on her confessional, and she was like, I really miss my friend. Like, I miss Jen. They probably got really close.
They
really
did.
feel like they did.
Oh, when they had that lunch and she brought the evidence and Jen was basically rolling her eyes and
Yeah.
refusing to believe anything Katie was
So
going to put,
fake.
that
It's
pissed
just
me
like,
off. But
yeah.
Katie, you could see she was holding back, that
Yeah,
she
she
didn't want to get
was.
emotional. She's very
Yeah.
hurt by this. And her and Jen really were friends. And I found it so sad when Katie had a confessional in that brown dress. And she's like, this may be the last time you ever see me with these women. You could see tears on her lap.
Yeah.
Her tears were on
Because there
her
was just
dress.
nothing was
It was
getting through
sad.
to them. That
No,
was,
she
it
can't
was
do
just like,
she can't do anything right with
no,
these women.
it's
And
terrible.
it's not a her problem. I'm convinced it's a them problem.
Yeah.
I think the
Yeah.
cast needs a shake up. What are your thoughts on who do you want to see stay for next season? Who do you have any thoughts on that? Who you want to see go?
I think people are like, Gina and Emily and stuff like that. I think one of them needs to go.
Yeah.
I think they just need to be broken up
Yes.
because they're two together and it's like, like just a gang of girls, Heather I'm fine with. She needs to maybe step it up a bit, maybe just kind of get in more. Tamra I'm fine with staying.
Mm-hmm.
Katie definitely to stay. Shannon, I mean, I think she's kind of like a staple. I don't hate her.
I
What I mean?
know.
I think she's people are kind of fed up for her. Maybe put her as a friend for a season, or maybe just give her a season off and then bring her back. I don't know.
You know what I think about Shannon? Which she drives me nuts sometimes, but Shannon is always Shannon. What you see is what she's so authentic, and that is pit her against like Heather Dubrow.
Yeah.
Heather Dubrow is not showing us what really goes on in her life, who she really is, the mess that she might get into, arguments with her husband. They don't exist. It's like they're the perfect couple, and they're not. And so, but then you have Shannon. She's willing to put it all out there, Spanx and all. Like her Spanx are exposed on every freaking season, and I find it hilarious because she's so like.
But they're like, hey, where's Dora? And she's like getting cheese in the picnic table.
That would be me. I'm like, bitch, I'm hungry. Like I need crackers and cheese.
It's amazing. Oh my god. All right. Well, I think. Well, look. I mean, how many more? We're only on episode 9.
How many more do we have?
I'd say we have another 6 or 7, right?
I think we have a lot to go. I am so curious to see. Oh, one more thought. I have a theory that producers told Katie not to go on the trip to Amsterdam.
Got it.
We all know by now that she didn't get to go, not to protect her, but because that's not where they wanted the story to go. It was already so dark, so dark, so dark, and they wanted to get fun moments of these girls on a trip, and that couldn't happen if somebody like Katie was there because they all hate her. And I think that for selfish reasons, I think the producers told her not to go because they wanted to see like the girls have fun, and they're not going to have fun, I guess, if Katie's there. That's just my theory, but it's real shitty.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I can definitely see that point as well. It's just like, okay, let her not go on the trip, but then bring her back after, because I'm sure Amsterdam is 3 episodes.
Yeah,
it's
got to
be. What to get out of it. Yeah.
I'm just very curious to see where this is going to go. We know that Gretchen has a moment with Heather and she's crying. I don't, you and I've talked about that a little bit.
I think stuff comes up about a rumor. I've heard this, that stuff comes up with those social media posts from the past.
From Gretchen.
Like, I guess like trans and homophobia and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's what's brought up. I don't know though.
Yeah.
I feel like I heard that because it gets from the trailer. It looks like it gets really intense, but then it's like Gretchen with the why? It's like stop. I'm like, oh my god,
with your baby headband. Like I
don't know what that is about, but
it's crazy. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
This has been a tough watch, but I'm gonna stick it through to the end. I cannot wait for the reunion. I was even telling you, I'm like, we should have a watch party because I am so.
Yeah, we will.
I'm
sure.
so
I'll be
ready
back
for this.
I'm just here for the weekend. U.S. Open men's final. I think this is going out Monday, but we're recording it on a Friday. But yeah, I'm excited, and I don't even know who's going to win. There's a men's semifinals on today. It's Alcaraz and Djokovic. It's like a men's final.
Okay, wait.
If I could get to,
you're gonna laugh. Wait, U.S. Open, is that tennis?
Yes.
Okay, I am so ignorant when it comes to tennis.
My friend
I don't know
just said
tennis.
to me, and I'm like, I'm not political. I'm not going to get political, but apparently fucking Donald Trump is going to be there on Sunday.
Oh.
I hope Taylor Swift is there too.
Oh
She was
my
there
God.
last year, so who knows?
You have
I
to
can't.
tell me
I mean,
all
if
about
he
that.
comes, everybody's going to start booing and just like ruin the fucking day.
Yeah, no, for sure. I could see that taking a turn. So but I just want you to have fun. It sounds fabulous.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you're
gonna
going
be
to have a
great. My
blast.
first final ever, like in the Grand Slam. I can't wait.
That's awesome. I'm excited for you. No, that's cool. And then you're coming back to LA. We'll do something. We'll hang
Back
out.
Monday. Yeah, I'd
I'm
love
talking
to.
to
You
my
have to
best
send it
friend
to
about going to
Rita.
BravoCon. So if I do, we can meet up.
Yes, I'm going to go to BravoCon. I'm probably just going to do the Friday. I like to do the first day and just hang out, have fun, and then Heather McDonald has a show on Friday night there as well. So we're
I
going to go
saw
to that.
That sounds fun. She's always a good time.
The show is so good. It's so fun.
I know. I love Heather. She's great.
All right. We'll stay in touch. And look, Jami, thank you so much for coming on. Please tell everybody where they can follow you. Her TikToks are really good, everybody, and her Instagram's reels.
Thank you. Yes, you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at Jami on Air. That's Jami on Air. All the places. And then my podcasts are called Murderish. It's available wherever podcasts are available. And then I have another true crime podcast called Dirty Money Moves, Women in White Collar Crime. And that is all a deep dive on female scam artists.
You have to, I have to come on your podcast one day, but you have to tell me like what crime documentary to watch or something, and that I can come on and talk to you about it.
I would love
it.
I
do like them. I'm just never told which ones to watch.
Well, you and I kind of met over the Amy Bradley thing because you commented on my Amy Bradley video. You're like, but wait, people saw her.
Yes. Oh my God, that's how we started chatting.
Yes,
yeah.
You and I started following each other, and I knew. So I was like, oh, cool. But yeah, so on Murderish, the podcast, not only do I do true crime stories, but like a couple times a month, I always do serial streamers episodes. And that's basically like a true crime TV club that I started where I watch all these true crime docs. Sometimes I'll bring on a guest like you, and we just recap the doc, give our theories, thoughts, all the things. So I would love to have you on.
Dude, I'd love to do that.
It'd be so fun. And there's a studio in Larchmont, which would be easy for you to get to, I'm sure.
Oh my God. Yeah. Anytime.
It'd be fun.
So close.
We'll
so
do
close
it.
to me. Thank you so much. Guys, I'll see you back here next week for another fucking OC recap. Bye.
Bye.